Hello, welcome to Jasper's educational series. My name is Kelsey Hall, and I'm a member specialist here at Jasper. My background for several years has been focused in psychology and health and wellness coaching, which continues to fuel my passion of connecting with and supporting those who are navigating challenging times in their life. As part of this month's educational series, we'll be discussing the importance of a support system, exploring the diverse options available, and how they can benefit both the member and caregiver who are impacted by cancer. Within the cancer journey, there is need for emotional support at every stage to help those impacted stay as healthy as possible in all aspects of their well-being. And so in continuing to emphasize the value of the whole person approach, we'll explore in this video how having a strong support system can make a difference in health outcomes and experiences. Let's begin. So on the agenda for this discussion, we'll begin by outlining Jasper's features and offerings, as well as our many partners. And from there, we'll start exploring the different types of support systems, as there are various networks to choose from and to utilize as they best serve you. Then we'll shift into learning about the benefits of having a strong support system during one's cancer journey by discussing the impact on health outcomes and more. We'll also learn about the importance of a diverse support system and what that diversity necessarily entails, and how it can uniquely fit into your vision. We'll round out this video today by closing with helpful tips for building a strong support network and how Jasper can help you in this area of well-being. So Jasper is a virtual cancer care companion with the aim of creating a personalized experience that involves a high-touch human approach that is focused on you in all aspects of your well-being and those who support you. Our features include a personalized planner where you can note important appointments and set reminders, including reminders to take your medications as prescribed, as well as it allows you to track your mood and symptoms as you continue and recover from treatment. Within Jasper, there is access to our library where you can search for educational articles which are tailored to your interests, and you can also receive one-to-one support to help meet your needs and identify resources that can maximize the benefit of Jasper. So here at Jasper, our goal is to improve lives by providing that individualized support and guidance that meets you where you are in your cancer journey. And we have partnered with others who also hold the same mission and currently have more than 70 cancer organization partners and are continuing to grow. Now to begin our exploration of different support systems, it can help to first define what a support system is. So a support system is defined and considered as networks of people, resources, and institutions. And these individuals and our groups provide assistance, encouragement, and guidance. And so while support systems have the added benefit of being enriching for those who are facing challenges or specific goals, support systems also exist naturally in our lives in small but significant ways outside of challenges and goals. So when thinking about the relationships we have formed, there's typically a layer of support that is there. And it's important to identify these different support systems and to celebrate that they don't have to be limited to a specific person or group and are not limited in the examples that you see here. In fact, what you define as a support system and what is helpful to you is especially important when considering how support systems can impact health outcomes, which we'll discuss shortly. Support can also be distant, so there can be people and resources who you would identify as being part of your support system who do not live close in proximity to you and still provide plenty of help and emotional support. For example, it could be a family member who lives out of state but helps you schedule appointments or makes phone calls for you on behalf or provides a listening ear when needed. It's also important to acknowledge that not everyone has a support system and that it can be difficult to know where to begin in finding support. So this is something that we'll explore later on in our tips towards building a diverse support system. But wherever you find yourself when it comes to support at this time, there is space to recognize all the thoughts and feelings that can come up around this topic. And so as we continue to dive deeper into the examples I've listed here, I want to speak to what these different types of support systems could look like for those individuals and their loved ones who are impacted by cancer. And the first example speaks to individuals who you may have developed close relationships with, whether familial, through friendship, or association based on employment. And these can often be primary points of contact when considering where to turn to for support upon first being diagnosed. The next example of support groups has a lot of room to be inclusive, not only to those who are newly diagnosed, but for those during any stage of their cancer journey. Support groups can be faith-based in terms of spirituality and places of worship. It could also look like local or volunteer opportunities, either within or outside of your diagnosis, that emphasize supporting the existing communities around you and bringing awareness to them. Support groups specifically focused on a cancer diagnosis can provide a platform for cancer patients and survivors to connect with others who share similar experiences. And often these groups include discussions, sharing of coping strategies, and emotional support, which can be highly valuable. There are also activity programs, which could look like community-based activity programs focused on wellness areas such as nutrition, exercise, self-care, and more. These programs can also include art and music therapy, mindfulness and meditation, and workshops. Activity programs can be offered virtually or in person and can often take place on a weekly, bi-weekly, monthly basis, and so forth. And when it comes to activity programs, it is advised to consult with your healthcare providers and oncology team to determine which activities are suitable for your specific circumstances and treatment plan. Professional agencies like the American Cancer Society or National Cancer Institute can be an important resource, serving as organizations that not only bring research and clinical updates that build upon the awareness and knowledge of cancer diagnoses, treatments, and so forth, but they can also play a role in bringing together those opportunities for emotional, mental, social, and physical support by recognizing and guiding cancer patients and caregivers to the many organizations and groups that are dedicated to supporting the cancer community. Lastly, social services can look like local cancer support organizations, hospitals, healthcare providers, and so forth, which can provide support in a few crucial areas in one's cancer journey by focusing on the psychosocial approach that aims to meet the needs of the whole person. And this can be done through counseling services, financial assistance and insurance support, transportation, supportive housing, case management, caregiver support, and patient education and advocacy. So now that we've identified those different types of support systems, let's begin to explore exactly how they can impact health outcomes and the overall benefits of having a strong support system. So there are many benefits of having a strong support system, and I've highlighted several that we'll discuss. The first being emotional support. So support systems can offer understanding, empathy, and encouragement during one's cancer journey. And emotional support is not only important for those individuals, but their loved ones as well. A strong support system can help to create a sense of belonging and help alleviate feelings of loneliness or isolation. And research highlights that those who have a strong support system during their cancer journey also feel more hopeful regarding their diagnosis and are better able to cope with practical issues such as employment, finances, childcare, and more. Having a strong support system helps to build upon and reinforce social connections. So those who have a strong support system within their cancer journey are more likely to continue fostering social connections and relationships, which are crucial for personal happiness, self-esteem, while addressing physical changes that can be influenced by treatment. It also helps to support a sense of belonging as one continues to navigate the many changes that cancer can have on their life. Improving mental health. So a strong support system can help to promote mental well-being by providing a safe space for individuals to express their thoughts, fears, and concerns. Similar to the impact of emotional support, there's also the added benefit of helping to reduce stress, anxiety, and depression, which are prevalent concerns for those impacted by cancer and their loved ones. Having a strong support system aids one's physical health. So a strong support system not only fosters encouragement around those mental, emotional, and social components, but can also guide the patient to focus on identifying physical health goals within the approval of their clinical team, which then allows them to help feel more stronger and connected to their body. The connection between mind and body plays a role in influencing positive or negative health outcomes, depending on the strength of the patient's relationship with both areas of wellness. So it's an important feature to highlight here. One study conducted by researchers at Kaiser Permanente analyzed the influence and impact of social support for patients diagnosed with breast and colorectal cancer and found that those who reported low social support were 42% more likely to experience negative health outcomes. The factors they examined were personal relationships and connections, social integration, which is the link to and engagement in the community around them, and living status, whether single, cohabitating, or married. And based on these findings, it was recommended that healthcare providers work to identify those patients who could benefit from additional social support and connect them with resources that might be able to assist them. Having a strong support system during one's cancer journey enhances their resilience. So, in times of adversity, support systems offer a sense of resilience and coping mechanisms. They can help those individuals and the caregivers navigate through challenges, overcome obstacles, and bounce back from setbacks that can occur during treatment more effectively. Having a strong support system also supports community cohesion, and it can help individuals adjust to their new benefits, to their new community within their diagnosis or stage by fostering collaboration, collective problem solving, and mutual support. This is a benefit that can be found especially in support groups where they're focused on a specific diagnosis or stage of the cancer journey, where there it can be valuable to connect with others who can directly share and relate to their experiences. And so while those personal and communal relationships outside of your diagnosis have their role, there is also a purpose in finding cohesion and support from other survivors as well. Having a strong support system, it also improves the overall quality of life. So support systems contribute to reducing feelings of isolation, enhancing well-being, and increasing overall satisfaction. And in a recent study that examined cancer survivors in the post-treatment stage, they were placed in activity programs with other survivors that focused on physical therapy and other areas of wellness. And it was found that higher ratings of cooperation within the various groups and programs predicted better post-treatment quality of life, physical functioning, and less fatigue in men, as well as a better quality of life and physical functioning in women. So knowing that there are so many more benefits of having a strong support system, we can see that there's a significant need around the individuals, groups, organizations, and services that exist now, and for more support to meet those impacted by cancer where they are, to help them influence positive health outcomes within their journey. So I want to briefly touch on the importance of diverse support systems. So there are several reasons as to why this is important, including that having a diverse support system enriches one's connections and life. And by choosing to engage in a variety of support groups, activity programs, social services, and more, the patient can feel the sense of a more well-rounded support network that directs its focus on the whole individual. And so we've learned that this is important to health outcomes, but it's also important as it avoids placing additional strain on personal relationships and fosters the patient's personal growth and autonomy throughout their journey. Cancer can have a significant and overwhelming impact on life of the individual that is directly impacting and their support systems as well. And so by having multiple options of support to turn to, a patient can better manage their relationships while navigating conflicts, communication barriers, and so forth, which can be experienced throughout your journey. It also reinforces the flexibility around where the patient can go for emotional support, non-judgmental listening, validation, and more. And so I also want to take a moment here to acknowledge caregivers providing direct support to patients as well, as they will need their own support system. And so there are support groups, activity programs, organizations, and more available to help caregivers build their own support network, as this can be a challenging time and journey for all. There are benefits for those in the caregiving role to have their experiences validated and recognized. A diverse support system can help caregivers to reduce burden and stress, enhance resilience, improve emotional well-being, and ensure that as a caregiver, they continue to be present, empathetic, and provide quality care and attention. Now, let's explore how you can build the support system that works best for you. So where does one begin when building a support system? There are several ways to approach this active step in your cancer journey. And so I have a few tips here that can help you get started in creating or strengthening your network. The first being identify your needs. So whether you feel that you have a solid foundation to your network or that there is a need to construct new connections, it's important to ask yourself, what exactly do you need and want when it comes to social support in your life? This looks differently for everyone, and it's okay to find that you have a small but diverse network, as well as if you find that you enjoy having many options. So, by reflecting on the type of support you require and what might be lacking in your current network, you can better consider your emotional, practical, and informational needs. And some may find that it's helpful to write this down as the list of your current supports and what worked from there to explore what might be missing. Seeking out trusted individuals by reaching out to family members, friends, colleagues, or community groups whom you already trust and feel comfortable with. This can help establish the foundation of your support system as you continue to branch out to any other support options that you might be considering at this time. And this could look like the close friend who already provides emotional support, or your coworker who you talk openly with and often, who drops in to check on you. And so it's just important to just consider who's existing, what is already existing now. Communicating openly with your healthcare team. So this is an important step as you leverage not only your support and clinical guidance around what you might feel you need within the current stage of your journey, but it also allows your healthcare team to ensure that all resources that could be available and valuable to you are made known. So perhaps a social worker may be part of your oncology team, or a provider who can help you make considerations to other agencies, organizations, and services that match with what you're looking for. And this can help to alleviate some of the overwhelm in exploring these resources on your own. So upon reaching out to your healthcare team, they will assess and support you with the information provided. And it's important to be open, honest, and direct about what you need, where you feel support may be lacking, and to delegate to them what task you feel comfortable letting go. Next is beginning to explore those resources that you've gathered, either on your own or in leveraging support from your health team to diversify your network. And so it's important to note that exploration requires a bit of time and energy, so it's advised to move at your own pace. You may find that you begin to explore a resource and can quickly identify that it's not a good fit, or it can take some time to shift away from another resource as you continue to identify what you need. Engaging in shared activities. So this can be a natural way to build upon and expand your support system by participating in activities or hobbies that align with your interests and allow you to meet new people. And this creates opportunities to also form connections outside of your cancer journey and to emphasize those activities that bring you joy or that you've been curious to try. So for example, if you enjoy painting and want to find a local painting class in your area, that's a great way to engage both socially and to feel connected to the community around you. Next is leveraging online platforms. So in this digital and virtual age, it can help to take advantage of online forums, virtual support communities, and more that are directed and directly related to your specific diagnosis, needs, or interests. And these platforms can offer a wealth of information, support, and connection while also reducing the demand around transportation, and they occur within the comfort of your own home. So one example of this resource is the organization Cancer Care, which provides both free in-person for those residing in New York and New Jersey, and virtual support systems for people affected by cancer diagnosis, which includes their caregivers. They also provide telephonic resource navigation support that can help with those earlier tips and exploring what is available to meet your needs. So not all may feel a sense of connection from virtual platforms, but for others, this may be preferred, and it's important to consider this. Nurture relationships. So it's important to highlight the value of peer support. While support from families and friends is helpful and much needed, there is a different level of support and perspective that can be offered from peers who are going through a similar situation. They can often relate and empathize with what you're going through. And so another resource that can be helpful in establishing peer support is Immerman Angels, which provides free personalized one-to-one cancer support for those affected by cancer by matching you with a mentor and even encouraging those to become mentors themselves. Building a support system takes time and effort. There is an investment involved in maintaining and nurturing these relationships by regularly connecting with and supporting those individuals and groups within your support network as they continue to connect with and support you. Overall, it's important to remember that building a support system is a dynamic process that evolves over time. And so during your cancer journey, you'll need to continually assess your needs, adapt your support network as required, and prioritize those reciprocal relationships that contribute to your well-being. And while this can seem daunting in some ways, the benefit that social support has on your health outcomes and overall wellness shows that there is worth and value in focusing on this area of your life. And so I encourage you to take a moment to visualize what you want for yourself and for your own support network. And so connecting with that vision can help to direct your steps on what is needed next. And Jasper can be a part of your support network and can help in building out this vision as well. So how can Jasper support you? So at Jasper, we focus on whole person care. So in addition to the digital features that we discussed, that are offered within our mobile and web app, I want to emphasize our coaching services that bring that human-led connection and guidance that can support you throughout your journey. Our coaches can offer active and empathetic listening, connection to resources, including our partnerships with nonprofit organizations like Immerman Angels, and services that focus on social connection and support, not only for the patient, but for their loved ones as well. And so I encourage you to reach out to our care team using the Connect feature on the mobile or web application to let us know what type of support you need or are interested in, and allow us to help you make those connections. In a time where loneliness and isolation can be so prevalent, we at Jasper would like to remind you that you are not alone. So to close out our discussion for today, I want to thank you for taking the time to learn more about the importance of a support system and exploring with me just how valuable social support can be when it comes to positive health outcomes and overall quality of life. I want to provide another reminder that you can reach out to our care team whenever you have any questions or inquiries around social support or more. And we hope to connect with you soon. And we are sending wishes of wellness to you all. Thank you.